Alright, it's the burning question that everybody's been talking about. Do I need a license to live stream my events? Hey guys, if we haven't met before, my name's Joey Clarkson and I'm an independent singer-songwriter, voiceover artist, and audiobook narrator living in London, UK. I make videos just like this every week, so if this is your thing, hit that subscribe button and turn that notification bell on so you don't miss the next episode. I'm not going to waste your time today, I'm going to jump straight into the content, but before I do, I wanted to let you know that I am going to segment this video into chapters, which means if you already know something that I'm talking about, you can easily skip to the next section. So at the end of January, PRS came out with a new statement that basically notified everyone in the UK that they were setting into motion a new online live concert license that would be required for small-scale live streaming events. The whole music world, at least the one that is located here in the UK, basically lost it as soon as they read that statement. We had people who were for it, people who were against it, and then a whole bunch of people who just didn't understand it. And before we dive into this topic, I do want to clarify what PRS is for those of you who might not know. PRS is a performance rights organization here in the UK that basically protects songwriters and their intellectual property. Every country has its own performance rights organization. Here in the UK we have PRS, in Canada we have SOCAN, and if you live in another country, you'll have a completely different one there. If you do live in another country, this video might not actually be that beneficial for you because the statement we're going to be talking about is the one that was rolled out by PRS and what that statement means for musicians here in the UK. Okay, back to the statement that PRS made at the end of January of this year. They informed us that they were rolling out a new license that was required if you were putting on ticketed live events. They proposed that an event that generated up to £250 of income from a live streaming concert online would be subject to a £22.50 charge for the license to hold that concert. If your concert made between £251 to £499, you would actually be charged £45 for the same license. Once it got over £500, you did need to get in contact with a PRS representative to make sure that you had the correct license for your event. Now, rightfully so, when you're a struggling musician in these times, I mean, we are in the middle of a world pandemic at the moment, having news like this hit us right after the holiday season, I mean, they could have picked a better time. Regardless of whether you agree with the new licensing that PRS is trying to roll out or not, you can probably agree that they could have picked a better time and they could have, I don't know, maybe like involved us in the decision-making process. Understandably, there are songwriters out there who are not able to make money because their songs are the ones that are being performed on these live streams, so I personally agree. This is a service that is needed, but I think that they could have handled the whole thing in a completely different way that would have been better for all parties. But wait, that's not the end of it. And it's surprising, really, because as performers, I'm sure you can agree that we're pretty used to kicking up a stink about something and then having everybody ignore it and then continue to do things the way that they want to do them or the way that they've always done without taking our wants and our needs into consideration. Streaming. Royalties. You get the point. So I'm sure you'll be just as surprised as I was to learn, if you haven't learned already, that less than a week later, PRS issued another statement that basically backed down from their previous statement. Yes, they are still moving forward with figuring out how they are going to license online events in the future, but instead of targeting the smaller shows that are, let's face it, making pennies in the grand scheme of things, they're actually going to take their time and they have created a free license. And that is what we're going to talk about today. This all brings us into the burning question we were talking about at the beginning of this video, which is, do I need a license to live stream my event? And I wish the answer was as simple as a yes or no, but because everybody's circumstances are different, I've actually broken this question down into 3 different scenarios. Are you ready? 1. Do I need a license to live stream if I am not ticketing my event? And because I like to make things complicated, I have 3 answers for the first question. The first answer, if you are not ticketing your event and you are playing only your own songs, you do not need a license. The second answer, if you're live streaming your own music as well as covers, On Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube, the ICE Core deal will cover your licensing. The ICE Core deal is a publishing deal that's been set up between these platforms and ICE, in which ICE pays upfront for the use of songs that are registered with PRS. Now, before you celebrate too quickly, not every song falls under this category, and it's important that you do your research. So I've placed a link in the comments below, which will take you to a list of publishers who are not part of the ICE agreement. And finally, even if you're not ticketing your event, if you're planning on playing covers or co-writes across platforms that are not Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube, that includes private platforms such as a live stream that is embedded on your own website or a Zoom session, you do require a license to do so. Again, I've popped a link to the PRS statement in the description box below. I highly recommend you read through the whole thing with a fine-tooth comb and make sure you're protecting yourself. Scenario number 2. What if I'm hosting a live stream and I generate less than £500 income? Do I still need a license? The answer to this is no. As mentioned before, PRS has scrapped that idea as long as you only play songs that you own the publishing to. So basically, stay away from covers, stay away from co-writes if you do not own the publishing, and you'll be fine. You won't need a license. And scenario number 3, what if my live streaming event makes more than £500 in ticket revenue? Well, first off, congratulations, because that's not an easy feat. That is seriously impressive, especially because so many people are live streaming right now. So if you've hit £500, pat yourself on the back, give yourself a big congratulations. That's huge, especially if you're an independent artist. But I have bad news for you. You will require a license to do your live stream. If you're going to make more than £500 on ticket sales from your live streaming event, you will need to secure a license to do so, and there will be fees that you need to pay to PRS in order to do so. This is again to protect the songwriters, and I know we're in this state where everybody's feeling really emotional and everybody in the music industry feels like the rest of the world is not valuing our art. But we have to remember as creatives that there are other parts of the creative industry that are feeling the same way. And songwriters, specifically songwriters who don't perform, the songwriters who write the music for other people to perform, they're feeling this just as hard as we are, if not harder, because they don't have the opportunity to step in front of a camera and perform the songs that they wrote. And I think that that is really easy to forget when we're all feeling really angry and hurt right now. So try to keep that in mind, and remember that the industry is bigger than just the performers. Every part of this industry is feeling this pandemic right now. Every part of the industry is feeling the fact that there are no live shows. And we do need to protect each other and help raise each other up, which is why I think this new license with PRS is not a bad thing. I actually think it's a good thing. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below how you feel about all of this and everything that I just talked about. Let me know if it cleared up anything for you or if I missed any major things that might have been important for this topic. I would love to know because I love learning from other people, and I'm sure the people who are reading through the comment section would love to learn from you as well. On your way down to the comment section, if you could hit that subscribe button and turn that notification bell on, that would be wonderful. Thanks so much for watching, folks. I'm looking forward to getting to know you better, and I'll see you in the next video.